Hello, everyone, and welcome to the big show. This is Investing and Trading Live, sponsored by Online Trading Academy. If you're a first-time listener, thanks for stopping by. My name is Josh Lilquist, and we are happy to have you with us today. As always, back in the saddle, moving around real good. My good friend Al Connickson on the show here today. How you doing today, Al?
You know what? Pretty good. I did have a little bit of an issue with a patch of ice the other day, but I'm still alive.
Boy, it was slippery out there, and we're glad you're here, and our listeners are very fortunate to have you here today because we have a packed show for our listeners. Al, you're going to cover a lot of different topics here today on the stock market, some market updates, but why it's okay to walk away from your computer as well. We're going to talk about how trading and investing actually looks in the financial markets as a retail trader or investor. Before we do that, our sponsor, Online Trading Academy, 25 years teaching people just like you how to trade and invest in the financial markets. That would be stock markets, options, futures, forex, cryptocurrency. If you're looking at income strategies or longer-term wealth strategies, which would be your 401ks, your IRAs. If you've been peaking at your 401ks lately and you're not seeing the gains that you're hoping for or that you need, now is the time to do things a little bit differently. Don't change things. Just do things a little bit differently and smarter. And that's the key of the show here today is being smart with your trades and investments. And make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel, Investing and Trading Live, or you can go to the podcast, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and Spotify. Make sure to subscribe, smash that subscribe button, and like any shows there. Also, if you have any comments or any topics that we would like to that you'd like us to cover, make sure to leave some comments in the show there. Investing and Trading Live on YouTube and wherever you listen to podcasts, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and Spotify. Al, we've had another jam-packed week here this week. Last week we had some snow. Did not slow the market down, but the market has continued to, I'll say, drop slightly, ever so slightly. A lot of red days in a row here.
Right.
We talked about a supply zone a few weeks back, and we're about a 2-to-1 down from there, which is what we're looking at. That's what we're hoping for in a supply zone. Is we want price to drop to have opportunities as the markets are dropping. So now we know there's markets up that go up, there's markets that go down, and there are strategies for both directions. Al, with some of the volatility we've been seeing this week, rather choppy, I would say, but still down. I believe February was a down month this past month. So
correct, it was, and the down now is down for the year.
Correct, yeah. So what's your take on the market conditions right now?
Well, I think what's happened is that some reality has come back into the market. People have actually listened to what the Fed is saying. We started out the year with a pretty nice rally for all the indexes were up. And then, as I mentioned, kind of reality came in. That rally fizzled, and it did so because the numbers are coming out, and they're not that attractive. The CPI number, the PPI number, the PCE, the personal consumption expenditure, which is what the Fed really looks at, retail sales, wage growth, all of those things kind of are combined into a situation where it looks like the Fed's going to have to be a little more restrictive.
And that's been, you've been seeing a lot of layoffs because of that, the tightening of the raising of interest rates.
Exactly. And those are a lot of the large companies, a lot of the large tech companies are laying off people. We probably haven't seen the end of that. There may be some areas where people are hiring.
Yeah, and that's why people need a backup plan too.
Well, and that's true. And we're seeing that. A lot of the students that are coming in are saying, look, I just need something in addition to what I have. I don't feel secure with my job right now or my career.
When you mean students, who is that coming in?
Well, those are people, probably shouldn't call them students yet, but those are people that come in that listen to the show, maybe have pulled up some information about us on the internet, or maybe know about us through some friends, and they want to come in to, number one, see what this is all about. What do we do? But more importantly, is there really a way to benefit from the financial markets? And is it something that they are going to be able to do? Well, there are a lot of people out there that are doing it. The institutions do it. I mean, this is a huge business. Wall Street is a huge, lucrative business. And there are a lot of people that are on a regular, consistent basis doing very well utilizing these markets. And the unfortunate thing is that the public really isn't taught how to do it the way these successful institutional and professional traders are doing it. That's what we do. We show you what they're doing, how they do it. And why is that important? Well, the most important thing is when you get into a trade or an investment, you want the price to go the direction that you want it to go. If you're going long, if you buy something, you want the price to go up. If you are on the other side, which we'll talk about later, the short side, if the market's going down and you invest in something to benefit from a down market, you want the price to go down.
And that's kind of why I kicked the show off. That supply zone that we were talking about in the S&P 500 in the past few weeks here, it's a direction that you want it to go, and this direction is down with that supply zone. And that's why you want strategies for both those directions.
Yeah, and that's the interesting thing is that this makes this a lot more potentially beneficial and exciting for people if they understand that they don't have to just have the price of something go up to benefit from them. And as an investor or a trader, you're only going to be successful if the strategy you're using is working. And unfortunately for most people, the strategy that they're using, which has really been built by Wall Street and recommended by Wall Street, is not working. That's that 60-40 split, 60% stock, 40% bonds, and then when you go into retirement, you reverse that.
It's also just one direction as well.
And it's one direction. And it's what we call a buy and hold strategy. It did not work in 2022. It's not working now. And if it didn't work for you, if you have a portfolio, whether it's an investment portfolio or a retirement portfolio, and it went down last year, and you're not doing something different, as Josh mentioned that word, differently is what you said. You do things differently. If you're not doing things differently, why do you think you're going to get a different result?
Yeah, that's the key in trading and investing is you have to do what the market is telling you to do. You can't continue to do strategies that maybe happened years ago. You can't use strategies out of books that maybe worked years ago. And that's why I'm glad you brought that up is the strategy that you're using working now? And that's the key. And I think that's why we have so many people coming into these investing classes where we teach thousands of people our different strategies, which are designed to teach you to make smarter investing decisions. I kick the show off with that too, making smart decisions in the financial markets. You don't have to be a rocket scientist. You don't have to be a genius. You just have to make those smart decisions and be consistent with that. But you got to have that right strategy. And we have investing classes local here at our academies. Al, you teach a lot of these. I teach these as well. And we have a good time talking about the markets, but we also make sure it's conversational. That way, if you have questions, bring those questions in. So we can address those questions, whether you have 401k, IRA questions, or maybe it's just trading a stock or whatever that may be. Let's address that and see how we can start to make smart investing decisions. I want to give away some seats to this investing class. By the way, it's free. We do have limited seats, and we only have so many chairs in the classroom. But if you want to come to one of these classes, you can text the word investing to the number 210 for 2 seats. Text investing to the number 210 for 2 seats for this class, and a quick start kit that has some free stock picks in there. Al, coming up next, we talked about Amazon a little bit last week. It was a pending trade. It still is a pending trade. I want to talk about why that's so important and why that's a good thing as a trader investor. This is Josh and Al, Investing and Trading Live. We will be right back.